words, anything that you want to ask me, which you have in mind?
Okay. So one question which I have in mind, and this question, I ask to almost every tutors I'm talking with. So the question is that, I have been practicing English since very long, but still
Okay.
I'm not fluent, and sometimes I feel that I'm not improving anymore. Why is that?
Yeah, so just pardon me if I make mistaken names. Sometimes I'm very bad at that. So you're new at coding, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. By the way, you can call
Okay.
me MS if you feel comfortable there.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So, the topic for today's session is risk. And as we
Mhm.
discussed a minute before, that you're from the commerce background, and
Mhm.
the thing that you're doing is, something different than what you have done in the past, right?
Yeah.
So, did you think that there was a risk in somewhere in this change that you are going to adapt?
Yeah, definitely there is a risk, but yeah, the thing is that if I want to do something from my heart, then the risk is worth taking because
Yeah,
the biggest advantage of taking risk is that you will have a less a number of regret in your life.
that's very true. That rather than just thinking,
Yeah.
rather than what if something is better
What if?
than
Yeah,
what
yeah.
if.
What if?
Exactly.
Exactly,
So you
exactly.
believe in less of what ifs and more of this is.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Okay. So what aspires you to go into the coding line in this web section actually?
Okay, so this is the space which excite me the most, and I just have the curiosity that how these all things work, how the coding works, how we can develop a website, and this world is getting changed very rapidly to the digital age. So yeah, we have some basic knowledge regarding the websites and all those things that are working, and we are browsing a lot of website in our day-to-day life. So yeah, we if we are able to understand the basic concept behind the all things, then it becomes easier for us to work with them.
That's true. If you are able to understand, then it would be very easier for you to work
Yeah.
with the pace actually.
Yeah.
There are many career options opening in this sector right now, in the
Mhm.
teaching field as well as the engineering field, both the areas.
Yeah. Everything is getting online. So whether you have a business, you have a job, or you have whatever you have in your mind, service, product, everything is getting online. So if you are doing something online, then you need a website for that. So yeah, website is like necessity.
Yeah, basically, at least for nothing, then you need the website for the content and the copy. That is the
Yeah, yeah,
must.
yeah.
You
By,
need to
by the
make
way,
a landing page for yourself. And yes, you are
what do
saying.
you do? What's your background and what do you do for living?
Okay, basically, I am a bachelor's in English literature and I'm going to start my master's this year. I had taken a break in between because of there was an issue with one of the results, and then the pandemic came, so I was not interested, in just studying in this pandemic in the online sector. I am a person who loves to sit in the classroom and then study.
Mm,
So I'm going to
yeah.
start my master's again after 3 years. And from last 5 years, last 6 years actually, I'm teaching. I started my teaching career in the first year of my college only. And from last 6 years, I'm teaching English. I have taught in actually granted schools. I have taught in Aloha Center, and then I have taught in ICSA affiliated schools where my last job I completed on 30th April, and I joined this people and I started my content writing and copywriting course. So I'm doing
Okay.
something and something to keep myself busy. That I have always been
So
doing
can,
this way.
can you please tell me something more about copywriting and content writing? What's all about and
See, content writing is basically, where you give information about what product or service that you're providing, and copywriting is to change it into a potential buyer, someone who is interested in your product or service that you are making with a copy. Copy simply means advertisement. copy is simply an advertisement. So with the advertisement, you try to convert your potential buyer into a buyer. So that makes
Mhm.
you sell the content or the product that are available in the market. And in the content, what do you do is that you inform people that we have taken out this kind of services. Content is more of informative and formal, and the copy is more of interactive, informal, and to create a purchase, to create a call of action.
Okay, then what is the difference between that copyright infringement and this copywriting? I was just confused between them.
Sorry, what was your question?
There are two kind of copyrights. One copyright is like you have rights for something, only you can use that.
Yeah. Yes, so those are copyrights. That starts from rights rights. That these things are under my name, so I can only use them. If you want to use it, you need to legally take the permission from me. That are
Yeah.
copyrights, and this is copywriting. It starts with writing W, the writing, the handwriting wala work, right? That right. And this right means it is under my name. It is of my authority. So that's
Mhm.
copyright and copyright. English have so many of homophones. There's this right and right, they are homophones. Homophones are something that sound similar but has a completely different spelling and a completely different meaning, but they sound
Mm.
very similar to you. That makes you confused. So this
Yeah.
right and right were a homophone.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
you
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 have
are hmm, you are from Dwarika. So there is a famous temple of Dwarikadish in your city.
yes,
So
it's
how
actually one
often
of the dam out of
how
the
often
Char
you visit there?
Dhams. I would not lie. Once in a 10-15 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
The thing is,
Great.
I'm a follower of Rama. It's not that I don't go to temple at all, but there is. I don't know if you might have heard of this kind of institution going. There is an institution called Sankirtan Mandir. As you know, as there is ISKCON temple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is for Hare Ram, Hare Krishna people, right? There is a idol of Krishna and Radha ji. In the same way, we have a temple that is called Sankirtan Mandir. As ISKCON temple is available in most of the cities, na. In the same way, the Sankirtan Mandir is also available in many places around India, and over there for 24/7 means non-stop they play Ramdun. So
Mhm.
I follow more there actually. I am a follower of that temple. So I often visit there actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That's also a great thing. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
follow anyone
It's
you want.
something and something exactly.
Yeah.
Everything ultimately everything is same as the supernatural power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
So today in today's topic we had four questions. What is risk? You already told me. When you say that you changed your shift, so I can say that you are a risk taker, right? You
Yeah.
already told me about the advantages of the risk. I already know the activity that you have, taken as a risk to change your life. But tell me, what do you think are the disadvantages of the risk? What do you think?
So I would say that disadvantage happen when you are taking the risk which is not calculated. So like when you are taking any risk, so what I personally do is that when I have to take something like any risk, so what I do is I think the worst case. I imagine the worst case that what can happen, and ask question to myself
So,
that if I'm ready for that consequences that is going to happen, and if I'm okay with that, then I'm good to go with that risk. So I think there is nothing to lose.
so you are a calculative risk taker.
Yeah,
You
after
imagine
doing this,
the scenarios.
yeah. So that's what I do. I
Okay.
take risk. Yeah.
So you take out all your liabilities and all your probabilities, you calculate it, and then you feel that you are comfortable in, going through this much pain or to bear this much amount of loss. Then you
Yeah,
jump into the action, or else you call it off.
yeah.
Okay. So
And
except, hmm,
the returns which I am getting in with that risk. So that return should always be more than the risk, or the the thing I'm going to lose with that risk is always bigger than those things. So yeah.
Yes. So the return should always be more than the investment taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you calculate a lot. That's nice.
and
Just
and other
should.
thing, just imagine a scenario that I took a risk and I got failed in that. So I already imagined the worst case. So it was like, okay, I'm okay with that. But the other thing which going to happen is that maybe you are uh, a failure, or you got failed, but you still learned something during that process. So that learning will be with you forever your life. So you can use those learning in other area and other aspects of your life. So it's a win-win situation, I think.
That's always a win-win situation when you're optimistic.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
that happens when you're optimistic. When you just want to see negative in something, it's not going
Yeah,
to work.
not
You
gonna
will
work. Yeah.
see you will see more things to lose than to gain actually. So that's the
Hmm.
difference there. So that's nice. Okay, while you were speaking, now you made a little bit mistake. In few sentences, sometimes you need to use have or has. Not
Hmm.
when you're talking about yourself. You need to use have and had when you're speaking the sentence. Means when you were saying, "Na, I already." So I have already thought of all the scenarios that I was going to suffer.
Hmm.
So you some it happens sometimes. When we're speaking in the hustle, it may happen that we gulp out some of the words, but it as your instructor, as your partner, it was my duty to tell you this thing. But
Sure.
till then, you are going nice, you have a nice space, you have a nice command, so that's very nice actually, Mahesh. That's good. Okay. So we have been through the questions, we have been through introduction of each other also. But before we move further along, do you have any issues in the vocabulary that we had for today's class? There were around 8 words.
Okay, so I haven't gone through the session vocabulary, but yeah, we can have a game. You can ask me, and I'll try my best to answer you.
Okay, so let me start with something very simple one. Uncertainty.
It's like nothing is certain. Anything can happen. Unpredictable, we can say.
No, unpredictable is something you cannot predict, but
Uncertain
uncertain.
is, and nothing is fixed
There
that
is a
this is going to
hairline
happen.
difference. There's a hairline difference, but
Yeah, I can
you can
understand.
use them as a synonym, but there's a
No,
hairline difference actually. But that's fine. Very nice. Okay. Do you know what is a bet?
but yeah, it's like that bet we I would say condition, can say, with our
Mm,
friends when we say said this is going to happen or not going to happen. Yeah.
yeah, that's nice. Okay. Security.
Security, like, yeah, security in I can't express it, but I know the word.
You know the word. So okay.
Uh,
So when you are sure, when you're sure that something is going to work out, or you have something as the advancement that even if this happens, I have this much thing to take care of myself. So that's your security.
sure, but,
That's your safety.
mm,
And I'm very sure that this word you must be knowing. This is calculated, as you are a calculated risk taker.
mm,
So the term over here is calculated. So I'm sure that you must be aware of this word.
yeah, I know this.
Okay. Danger. You know the term?
Yeah, danger.
Okay. And again, as you are a commerce student, you must have studied accounts, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I used to hate accounts personally. I never had, I was never able to, tally a single, account chart, a single one. I was never
So,
able to tally a single account. Never. Even during my boards, I wasn't able to do that.
so are you also from commerce background?
I completed my 11th, 12th in the commerce, but then I shifted to my passion in the literature. Okay, actually, so the term over here was liability.
Yeah, liabilities is opposite to the assets. It's like we owe to someone or something.
Yeah, but in this term, which we are, learning right now, the risk factors, it is
Mm,
something which will hinder your chances to win. It is something that will hinder your chances, means will affect your chances of getting success.
Yeah.
That is liability over here.
Mhm.
Uh, odds.
Uh, I heard this word many times, but I don't know the exact meaning. What is that? So it would be better that you tell me the meaning.
This you don't know the exact meaning, but you know what an odd is, because
Yeah.
when we are talking now, you told me that I count these factors. This can happen, this can happen, this can happen. If I can bear this much, I will go on. So when you count your possibilities now, that see, I am going to do this thing, so results can be this or this. So
Mm.
your those chances that you're thinking in your mind now, that this or this, those
Mm.
outcomes are your odds, means either this can happen or that can happen or that can happen. So probability of getting outcomes out of the registered outcome that you have in your mind, that are your odds. This will happen, or this will happen, or this will happen. So these three outcomes are your odds, that any one of them will happen to you. Okay.
Okay.
Then I have kept the last one a little bit difficult one. The word is speculate.
Speculate is something like to I would say I'm not getting the how to express this word. It's like to oh,
It's
what
okay,
is this
take your
word?
time.
Yeah, speculation, like when like match is going on and commentator are doing a speculation that this is going to happen, this can happen, this can happen. So that kind of thing, as far as I know.
Forming the opinions without having the complete information, that is called
Yeah,
speculate.
yeah, exactly.
Speculating.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Very nice. Means even if though you haven't read, but you are very clear with this vocab. So that was very nice. That's good. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything else, words or something that you want to ask me before we dive deeper? Any words, anything that you want to ask me which you have in mind?
Okay. So one question which I have in mind, and this question, I ask to almost every tutors I'm talking with. So the question is that, I have been practicing English since very long, but still
Okay.
I'm not fluent, and sometimes I feel that I'm not improving anymore. Why is that? Even I'm doing all those things, like I'm watching stuff, I'm uh, practicing English, I'm speaking every day, I'm reading a little bit of stuff in English, but still, my progress is like I'm not.
You feel like you're stuck.
Yeah.
See, the thing is that it's not that you're not fluent. You are fluent. It's
Mm.
you are giving answers in a good pace. You are not uttering in between, like this thing is not happening with you. But what happens is with you, what I feel right now is that see, some of your grammars, some very minute grammatical mistakes are happening, that sometimes you are not very sure that when to use s with a verb or when not to use a s with verb. That happens right now. I feel and feels. First you used feels, then you
It's, yeah.
automatically it's feel. So you change
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, what happens when why you feeling is vocabulary, because you are not yet aware of the big words. See, in this
Mm.
in this vocabulary part, you are clear with almost all the words. But this may happen that when people sometimes use lingos, or they sometimes use a little bit of advanced English vocabulary, it may happen that you found yourself stuck. So see, for that, I would suggest that start watching some American shows, sitcoms. You will see that. And just on Google, try and search learning from lingos. There are lingos people use nowadays a lot. Lingos are nothing but basically short forms actually, but people have habit of using them. Or else, see, you are going very nicely. It's not that you are having so much of trouble in speaking or formatting a sentence. That's not the case with you. The case with you is simple, that you are not able to, sometimes put the grammar correctly. It's not that you don't know. It's just that you need a little bit of more practice in speaking correct grammar.
Mm.
That's the first thing. And second thing is, for vocabulary, you need to read newspaper, you need to read books, and you need to watch American sitcoms. That is highly, advisable. And
Mm.
see, I would suggest you two of my personal favorites. One is Friends and one is Suits. See, with Suits, you will go with the legal terms also. You will learn very new legal terms also. And in Friends, you will learn new lingos, new words. See, Friends is a casual one, and Suits is a formal one. So this
Amazing.
two web series will provide you with the formal vocabulary
Ca-
also and the informal vocabulary also. So do that.
ca- Can you spell the second one?
Suits, Suits. It's actually a very long web series. Actually, you might get bored from that.
Mm.
It's about law. It's about law.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
if you want to go in scientific terms, if you want to learn more on scientific terms, go with the Big Bang Theory. These all three
Mm.
are available on Netflix. The Big
Okay.
Bang Theory, the Suits, and the Friends. And this three will see scientific terms, legal and formal terms, informal terms. You will get more and more of those in this. Okay, we will talk more about this in the next session because I have another session in just 5 minutes. It was really
Okay.
nice talking to you. Just
Yeah.
see them before see any of this before the next session, and you tell me that what kind of things you have learned. Okay,
Yeah,
from this.
sure. And it was
Sure.
amazing talking to you.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.